So there is no hard and fast rule, or there's no hard and fast list of questions for students. I have had a lot of interns. And in fact, when I'm teaching at ILI, a lot of my students keep asking me, including the interns also, that we want to pursue a career in arbitration. What do we do? I tell them that, look, I cannot give you a set of questions that you will learn these questions and you will be interviewed accordingly. So when an interviewer is asking questions to you, any employer, wherever you go, they know that you are like a raw material for them. They know that you are not an expert. They know that if they will hire you, you will not start arguing in Supreme Court, you will not be writing judgments. They know that they have to shape you up initially for the first 3 months, 6 months. What they see is that whether you are dedicated, whether you have that zeal and exuberance in you, whether taking you in the firm would not render the purpose of the firm odious. What they focus on is that the person should be dedicated and hardworking. Yes, of course, what they will see in your CV. So if I have to interview somebody today from any of your viewer, I will just have a look at their CV. Even in internships, when I see, or a job application, I would see where this person has interned before. What are the areas that this person has focused on? So if the person says that I am interested in dispute resolution, then I would like to see what moot courts that person has done, what internship that person has done, what is the command of that person on that particular subject. So if I'll be asking them questions, then they should be in a position to answer the basics at least. Nobody's going to get into the technicalities and tell them, look, you have to now bifurcate between section such and such and such and such, or you have to differentiate between UK Arbitration Act or Indian Arbitration Act. Nobody's going to ask these questions. But I think that if you are saying that you want to pursue a career in dispute resolution and that you consider arbitration as a subject which interests you, then you must be in a position to tell the basics about arbitration. How is it different from court litigation? How is it different from other modes of dispute resolution? And once you're going for an interview, you need to know that what is the area of the practice of the firm, whether the firm's focus is in international arbitration or domestic arbitrations, what are the achievements of that firm, what kind of work they are doing. You need to read about the firm and you need to know the practice areas, and you must align your goals with that of the firm. When I was interviewed, I remember correctly that the most important thing which Mr. Apar Gupta told me was to be honest. I cannot lie in my CV, write 100 things and make a 100-page CV, and then when I'm asked a question, I'm blank and clueless. So you can't fool the person who's interviewing you. What you need to take care of is that so CV need not be more than 2 pages or maximum 3 pages. The decent CV should not be more than that, and it should be focused on a particular practice area. So if I were to give an interview in a firm which is doing essentially international arbitration, then I will be highlighting my achievements as an arbitration lawyer. I will be writing about the international arbitrations, what all draftings I have done, where all I have appeared, whether I have been appointed as an admin secretary in any international arbitration, whether I have done any diploma courses, whether I have done any moot courts pertaining to international arbitrations, what are my internships in this regard. So these things, I think, should be carefully written on your CV, and presentation plays a very, very vital role. Your CV needs to be exactly focused on that area of practice wherever you are going for an interview. So if you were to go to Advani and I was the one interviewing you, and you are writing, you have interned with Ram Jethmalani, you have interned with all top criminal lawyers, I don't think it is of any use to that person. You need to make it focused on dispute resolution, that the moment the person reads it on an email, the person should be like, okay, this person is focused on arbitration, let's call him for an interview. And when you are going for an interview, always remember that you need to be updated. How are you updated? You should know the amendments, you should know the law, the recent judgments which have settled the position of any law. And how do you do that? You can, in fact, go through Bar and Bench, Live Law, all these legal news portals. They keep you posted about the developments in the law. So to my mind, as per my understanding, if you go for an interview, the person is not going to ask you, okay, tell me, how are you going to file a Section 11? Because this is not an interview that you're giving for a clerk. They're only going to ask you, tell us, how do you think arbitration is going to help you? Why do you want to be a lawyer who's interested into arbitration? Why do you not want to go for court litigation? So you should be prepared for such questions.